Good morning to you. This is a Sunday morning for me, so I finally get a little bit of time to go over a video I shot, the first Twilight flight that I've had. I wouldn't recommend doing this unless you really know the area, because as I was kind of flying, it did look a bit foreign actually from the sky. But I could make out landmarks which are absolutely imperative for first-person flight safety. When you're out of sight, you're relying on your first-person view to get you back, especially if you're in phantom mode, the easier mode. However, I have since 2 flights, so this was my second NASA mode flight, so I did have home lock, which would have been an easier way if you lose FPV orientation and obviously visual sight of the craft. Just switching down into home lock and then pulling back on the stick will bring the Phantom at its current height back to you. Something which I kind of still feel they should have had in the Phantom mode. There is failsafe that does that, and it just comes back to the takeoff point, but for whatever reason that might not be the best option for a beginner, and I've thought of a couple of scenarios where that might be a problem. If you're close to some trees, for example, there is a height of 20 meters that gets applied to the failsafe mode, but if there's buildings and things or something higher than 20 meters, you would be better off just switching into a home lock and getting home. But anyway, yeah, so there's some interesting red effect going on in this video as well, which I kind of think is it's the GoPro trying to it's automatically sensing that it's darker, and I think the new Hero 4 is supposed to be better in the dark. They're decent pictures actually, it has to be said, and it's an interesting redness that I think is coming from the front LEDs on the Phantom, but it does kind of get a bit much at times. If you didn't want that effect, I'm not sure what you would do to reduce that. Probably have to work with some ISO settings or something, or even stick it into a night mode. I just actually wanted to get out the door and get a quick flight in, so that was what this was. So have edited the video down to about 6 minutes, and maybe would have liked to have edited it down even further than that, but I don't know, sometimes it's hard editing because you see things and you think, yeah, I want to keep that in, yeah, I want to keep that in. It's a little bit like hoarding, right? But for the poor viewer, they're often not so interested in everything that you are, and you've got the original footage anyway, so maybe I'll run back over this movie and try and trim it down to about 3.5 minutes or something. So anyway, appreciate your subscriptions. Any questions? I'm still having a great time with my Phantom. I'm loving it, and hopefully gonna film in some other spaces soon. So ciao for now, bye, have a good Sunday.